Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, welcome back to a walk around video of a new project. Now what you're about to see, I recorded several weeks ago. The car, thank you, the car has been sitting in front of the drive, it's been coming down the drive, I've been working on it, it's gone backwards and forwards. So you are about to see my morning intro and then the walk around. I just wanted to put this bit in front of it because it's been so long. So just wanted to say that I might talk about things that have already happened that you already know about on other projects, because I've been doing the other projects in between. So let's go into the morning of the new project. It's no big secret, but I've been mentioning this car over and over again. Let's go. Morning, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Love 500. Welcome back to a new project. Today we are starting this off with a difference. We are sitting inside the new project and it's quite warm in here. This was a purchase that I had not intended to buy. I bought it on a whim. I didn't check it on Copart before I bought it. I didn't use the plug-in that I told you about recently. I saw it was up for sale and I thought, you know what? I've got some parts in this colour. Let's give it a bid. And I did, and I won it. It was on reserve, and I won it. Let's get into it. We've already got a name for it. It is going to be Project Tweety Pie. And all will be revealed as to why we're calling it Project Tweetyville. Tweetyville? Project Tweety Pie. Let's go. Let's get on with it. Let's give you the walk around of this new project. And I have to say, this is the newest car I've ever done. Let's go. Puppy. Run. Right, okay, so let's show you the new project. So, give you a bit of a clue. There we go. What we have here is, and she's having a good sniff of the tyre down there as well. What has she found? I think something weed up it actually, because there was something wet on the tyre and on the driveway this morning. Talking of driveways, as you can see, it's nice and clean. I jet washed it. Yeah, looking good. Right, anyway, back to the car. So, what we have here, as you can see, 68 plate, 2018, Sport, facelift. Now, Virtu, I believe, is a car dealer's. I thought they were estate agents to start with, and then I noticed that on here, Virtu Honda, and on the windscreen, which we'll show you in a minute, is a sticker. So it's come from the fact that it's got that Virtu sticker on it makes me think, and I'll show you something else as well, which makes me also think is that this car was a demonstrator or just one of the company cars at Virtu Honda. I bought it from Westbury, Copart Westbury. And it was delivered a couple of days ago. I've literally done nothing, although I have had a sneaky look in the boot because I was hoping there was some parts in there, but there wasn't. So let's show you around the car, show you what we got. It is a lovely car, but it does have some issues. Sadly, it is a Cat S, and I will show you, it's obvious why it's a Cat S, and I will show you why it's a Cat S, and it will be a fix in about 30 seconds flat. And then, I was going to say, and then it won't be a Cat S, but unfortunately, of course, that Cat S will always live with the car. But it's a beauty. So let's show you around the car, and it's low mileage. Let's show you what we've got. Okay, so the good thing about this car, we'll come on to that in a minute. Well, there's lots of good things about this car, but let's show you. So as you can see at the back, it's got a lovely sports exhaust on it. The facelift sports are so nice. I really do like them. Now I hoped that this car was going to be the grey that I've got parts for. If you remember, I bought an entire front of a car, wings, bonnet, bumper, etc, in grey, and I thought that was this grey, and it turns out this is 695, which is the slightly metallic-y pearlescent. I think it's more metallic than pearlescent. I'm hoping it's a single stage because I may have to do a little bit of painting. or quite a bit of painting. But yeah, rear wise, not a mark on it. It's dirty, obviously. I've not cleaned it. We only have the one key, which is a remote key. No service history whatsoever with the car. I'm hoping I might be able, as this was a company car, a Vertu company car, what I'm hoping is I can ring up Vertu and see if they can send me, at least give me, they would have serviced it themselves, wouldn't they? So hopefully we can get a service history from them. That would be nice if we can. They may even have the book, you never know, they might even send it to me. So going down here, unfortunately we do have a scratch down the side of it. Someone's keyed it. So I'm going to have to get that sorted out. I'm going to have a go at doing it myself. You can get your fingernail in there. So I'm hoping to use that method that I've recently learned and see if we can fill it with paint, rub it down, polish it, fill it with paint, rub it down, polish it, and so on, and keep going until we can't see that scratch anymore. Good tyres all round, I believe. Very, very muddy. We'll come on to, it's written all over the car there about what's wrong with it. A lot of it's been washed off by the rain, but yeah, there's no issues on this side whatsoever. Doors all okay, sills are all okay, this front wing is all okay. Again, decent tyre on the front, doesn't look curbed, which is nice. When we get round to the front, I'll show you the front straight away. Before I do that, let me just show you the bonnet so you can see here. There, these aren't scratches. Actually, they do feel a bit scratched, but that I don't think someone scratched. Or have they? Hang on, maybe they have. Oh no, it does. It says FUKYOU. I thought that was a sticker that had been on the car, but it doesn't. It says somebody can't spell FUKYOU. Don't think that was aimed at me. That was probably aimed at the dealers. Oh dear, yeah, I never noticed that before. How rude. But it's been in a crash, so it's not because of that. So let me show you the front. There we go. Just soak that in for a little while. Let me show you this side as well. So the good thing about buying a car like this is when you're looking at the photographs, you can see exactly what you're getting. So it is a Cat S. Let me just show you on this door. We do have a little dent, parking dent here, which is quite bad, but it hasn't broken the paint. So I don't reckon I'll get that out, although I will have a go. Failing that, I'll get a PDR guy down to get that out. It shouldn't cost too much. Again, no curbing. Don't think there's any curbing on that one, but look, very, very dirty. Probably tyre could probably do with replacing. So, well, damage wise, so the bonnet, apart from the fact it says fuck you on it, obviously bent over there, that's fit for the bin. Front panel was removed, as you can see there. Front panel's gone, it was removed, so I didn't have to remove it. I've not taken anything off this car, this is how I got it. Yeah, radiator and air conditioning condenser all look good. They're not damaged, it's just hanging on the pipe, but yeah, not damaged in any way as far as I can see. It's holding water, yeah, wasn't touched. No bars, nothing. So I was hoping that a lot of this stuff was going to be in the car. There is a bit of it, but not very much, unfortunately. It's basically a headlight. That's about it. Yeah, unfortunately, one headlight. That's all that was in there. So none of the trim on the bumper, nothing. No bolts, nothing. So luckily, obviously, I've collected bolts and everything. So we've got all the front panel bolts, headlights, no DRL, or what, the one headlight, no DRLs. Arch liner's gone. Obviously, the wing's gone. Now this is bent here quite a bit by the looks of it. I don't think this part is, but this bit is. It's bent inwards, and obviously that with it. Now these are easy to bend back. We won't have any problems bending those back at all. It's really easy. It's not touched that bit in there. It's not got that far, so it hasn't damaged any of the inside of that. So it's just a matter of bending that piece back out. And that doesn't even look deformed really, apart from that little tip there, which you can almost push back with your fingers. But that will need adjusting, obviously, once we get a wing on. So I haven't got any parts for this yet. I haven't bought anything for it yet, apart from a bonnet, which I'm going to go and pick up on Monday. But yeah, this is the reason it's Cat S. That. So the tip of that is bent over. So we heat it up and we get a hammer and bash it back. That'll take 30 seconds to do that. That's the reason it's Cat S. That and only that. Crazy, isn't it? I mean, it is structural, but you know, a quick, easy fix. So it's quite good when you get ones like that. And obviously, being a Cat S, it does put off some people from bidding. Don't put me off. And you do tend to get it a bit cheaper as well. Just found that lying there, so that's handy. Although I've got millions of these things, and we've also got that bit as well. Now these are all in the footwell of the driver's side, which I've now put in the boot. So let me show you quickly before we show you under the bonnet. Let me show you what we got in the boot. Right, so the only bits we got is that wasn't on for some reason. We got the triangle, that bit that I've just put in there, and one headlight, which is it's got the broken main tab, but the other two are okay, and that bit's okay, which is good. So we can obviously put a new tab on there, and that'll be as good as new. And that is, what side is that? That is passenger side. I can't think. I will do that afterwards. No, it's driver's. Can't think. Yeah, passenger side. Yeah, that's the passenger side. So we need to get a driver's side. That's the only bits we got, unfortunately. So wherever it all went, they've obviously kept it, thrown it away, sold the bits, whatever. Let me just show you what's written on the window. Repair offside chassis leg. So of course they hadn't intended to do very much of that. Offside inner flitch. An offside A post. Now there's nothing wrong with that A post. I don't know why they've said that. Now a lot of this has been worn off. So new crash bar foam, crash bar front. Not sure what that says. Something for trim. Not sure what that says. Offside headlight. Blah. Offside daylight, front interior something, offside front something, offside something, offside something using bracket from something, and offside DRL. Yeah, so obviously did go to a body shop for them to have a look and see what they thought it needed. Of course, they chose to write it off as a Cat S, all because of that chassis leg. Craziness. Now, I can't believe I've only just noticed what that says on the bonnet. How rude. It was me thinking it was a sticker. So this is the other sticker that I was talking about, Virtue Motors. So there's me thinking it was a Virtue company car because I thought that was a Virtue sticker where they'd taken it off the bonnet, but obviously it's not. So they have had it, they have sold it, so I will contact them and see if we can actually track anything down. So there's no damage to this inner wing at all. They've just cut that off. Yeah, there's no damage. There's the A post. Look, there's no damage to that A post whatsoever. I don't know why they've said that. Apart from taking off this sealant, there's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't look like there's any suspension damage. There was nothing written on the window there about suspension, and it all looks okay as far as I can see. It's not. Yeah, all looks fine to me. But only time will tell when we come to drive it. I mean, I've only driven it down from the road down here. But as far as I know, so white tracking might be out, possibly. But it doesn't look like there's any suspension damage. Obviously, we'll get the wheel off and we'll have a look at it all properly underneath. And if anything needs doing, we'll do it, of course. But yeah, nothing wrong with that A-pillar whatsoever. I'm not really quite sure what they're going on about there. Yeah, right, let me show you what we've got under the bonnet. And this is where we have got the name of this project from. Let me show you. Okay, right, let's get the bonnet up and we will show you why we are calling this Project Tweety Pie. There you go. We have a nice bird's nest, a perfect bird's nest. So that had obviously been in there following the car being written off. So it was in the garage, obviously, or wherever, at Copart, wherever, with no front on it. And that has, birds obviously got in underneath. You can see all that mud there. So we've got a ring of mud around there, a perfect circle on that bird's nest. So we need to clean all that mud off. And obviously get the bird's nest out. I hope there was no birds in there at the time. No way of knowing. There's birds' feathers scattered around in there. But apart from that, no bits of bird or anything like that, so that's good. So I imagine the bird, if there was a bird in there, I guess they flew out. But all looks good, apart from these obvious things. So yeah, all the pipework all looks good. Yeah, no cam belt done, but it's a 2018 car, and it's only done just over 20,000 miles, 23,000, something like that. I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, all good under here, just needs a clean. Haven't checked the oil, obviously, because there's a bird's nest there. So we need to get that bird's nest out, actually. So I'm just going to put some gloves on and remove that gently, because I'm actually going to, I don't know whether they'll take it because of, you know, health and safety nonsense, but I'm going to offer it to, stick it on Facebook and see if there's anyone at like a local primary school or anything that that might want it for the classroom. You never know. But yeah, let's get it out. Right. Hopefully I can get it out in one piece. Oh, it's quite tight in there. Wow. Wow. Need to blast that all that stuff out with an airline. Oh, I think there's the remnants of a dead bird in there. Yeah, there is. There's remnants of a dead chick, unfortunately. See it there? Yeah, it's like a skeleton. That's a shame. So whether that was after the car, I imagine that was, I don't know how long the car's been there for, but yeah, there is the skeleton of a dead bird. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Don't know what sort of bird it is, but we'll put that to one side, as I say, and I'll offer it. I'll offer it to a local primary school. I'll take the dead bird out though. Did find another one. There was another dead bird. Must have been on the bottom of it somewhere that I just found on the floor. Chicks again. Obviously been there for some time, because they were like, you know, skeletons, exoskeletons. Yeah, shame though. Poor little things. But you know, if your mother decides to build a nest in a stupid place, that's going to happen, unfortunately. Obviously, I guess the adult bird probably wasn't in the nest or got scared off, but obviously the baby birds couldn't get away. But what a shame. Oh well. So, bottle. That says that this needs replacing. It doesn't. The only thing it's missing is the lid. I'm not sure if I got one of those or not, because I used one recently. We'll take this off because it's easy to get a swing on the hammer to do that. So we'll take that off to do that. Going by the oil filter, as you can see there, looks very new, so I don't think it's long ago, not very long since this has been serviced. That bracket's all a bit bent up there, so we'll have to get that. I think this pipe's got bent, this aircon pipe's got bent. I suppose it doesn't help the way that the all this is sitting, so we'll straighten all that up afterwards. I haven't tested the aircon yet, I don't know whether it's working. I imagine it's alright. But yeah, so bonnet, front panel, bonnet, wing, bumper, plus all of the stuff that goes on the bumper. Now, front panel and bars, I've got one here, including the sponge bit. So this is a proper facelift one. This comes off of a 2020 car. I bought this off of the fellow, remember the pink car that I had that I decided not to repair and I sold it on eBay? The fellow who came and bought that, I got that off of him, £149 from a 2020 car, so 2 years younger than this. So that'll be perfect to put on this car, and we'll get that on sooner rather than later. And obviously on the original battery. Nothing else as far as I can see is damaged under there whatsoever. All looks good, yeah, all looks good. So dum-de-dum-de-dum, yeah, what more can I show you at the front of the car? I haven't got a bumper yet, although there's a few on eBay, but varying amounts of damage in colour, and the trim for these, as I knew when I did my sister-in-law's one, really expensive. You know, one little air vent on the side of the the bumper is like 70 quid just for that. So there's 140 quid straight away. You've got the trim that goes around the centre, you've got the actual little grille, you've got the badge, which I've got badges anyway, but badges and the whiskers, I've got those. But there's all sorts of things that go on, all those fittings that go onto that, which are really, really expensive. The grill's about 60, 70 quid. Not a lot of them around second hand. Those grills are pretty few and far between. I did manage to get them for the previous car. One of them was slightly broken, which I had to like fix. However, there is available for pickup only in Crawley, near Gatwick Airport, so not that far away, a complete bumper, everything. DRLs, that's another thing. I've got one DRL left over from another car, so I've got to get another DRL as well. DRLs, the grills, the badge, everything, complete bumper for 300 quid. But it's in metallic blue. So, I don't think this is a two-stage paint. I think this is only a single-stage paint, metallic paint, I think. So what I might do is I might buy that, potentially spray it, so I'll have to take all of the trim off of it, which is a nightmare in itself, paint it, put it all back, use that, or buy it as it is, take all the trim off, and then hope to find one in colour without lots of damage. That would be better, but I think I've added it to my watch list at the moment. I did that Friday evening. I haven't bought it yet because what I'm hoping is come Monday, because it's a company, come Monday I'm hoping that they might send me an offer, a bit cheaper. Not everybody does, but a lot of people do. Sometimes I think it's done automatically. I've added headlights and what have you, and I've already been made offers on those. There is a wing which has got a few scratches on it, which I've been made an offer on. It's about 70 quid, which is quite cheap. There are lots of brand new ones painted to colour, but I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to risk getting, it sticking out like a sore thumb. So I'm hoping to get one in colour. Now, if this one is pick-up only and it's quite a way away, unfortunately, it's down in Sussex. So if the worst comes to the worst, I will, but I have sent a message to that person asking them if it is this 695 colour. Let me just show you the label. So I was hoping it was the 735, is it, I think, the ordinary grey. But it's 695A Grigio. Yeah, which is a bit of annoying. But it's nice and clean. I'll show you the inside properly in a minute. But yeah, so that's the plan. It won't take long to get it all back together, of course. We'll probably service it, I'm sure. I'm not going to do the cam belt because it's, alright, it's, what is it now, 6 years old? So probably maybe in a year's time it'll need doing, but it is only 23,000 miles, something like that. So I certainly won't be doing a cam belt on it, no way, Jose. So that's it for the front. Let me show you the inside. Here we are in the car. As you can see, let me do that again. I haven't got the keys in my hand. 23,357 miles. How nice is that? Lovely low mileage. So it's in really, really good condition. I think this thing, I had these in the 500X. I think they go in the door jambs somewhere. So luckily they've got that. So I found that this morning. So we've got nice stereo. So I'm hoping it's got Apple CarPlay. I don't know whether it has. It's obviously got front and rear fogs. So I think all the sports always do have the fogs as well at the front. So obviously, and the bumper that I'm hoping to get has got those as well. They're all included. So of course we've got the traction control, being a facelift. We have also got cruise control, which is nice. My sister-in-law's one's got cruise control. If you remember when I did that project, it was actually missing. This was missing. Obviously someone had hit it with their knee and it had been snapped off, so I had to get a new clock spring, including all the levers and that to get that to work. So yeah, being a facelift, we have got that's the locking wheel nut key in there. Got no documentation whatsoever. I haven't actually lifted the seat up yet. I'm not even sure if it does lift up. We'll have a look under that. I've looked in the back. There's nothing. So we've got the nice steering wheel, flat bottom, obviously because it's a sport. But they're just so much nicer than the pre-facelift. I'm sure most of you agree. I know some people don't for some reason. We have the white leather, half leather, which I think is the same in my sister-in-law's as well. We got with the white leather armrests. Obviously being a sport, no sunroof, and we got the black. I prefer this to be lighter if it was my car, but it just makes them a bit dark inside. And of course the dash and the door cars and everything are black rather than grey as well, so it is all a bit black, but they are nicer. They are nicer inside, and I think they do look much nicer outside than the pre-facelift one. What more can I tell you? Stereo wise, as I say, let me just turn it on. Do we have to click and hold? Why is that not coming on? Oh, here we come. Yeah, it is coming on. Now I've switched it off again. Let me do it again. Right. Yeah, here it comes.
Second date with that guy I met on Tinder. Better text and confirm. How did I save him in my contacts again? First name, Cameron.
Let me just turn the sound down. Initialising Bluetooth. Now, I've not tried to pair my phone to it yet, but I don't see anything down here about Apple CarPlay. Now, that might be because my phone's not connected to it. If it hasn't got CarPlay, it may be one that I can code it in. So if that's the case, I will demonstrate on this video how to do that, and I'll probably do a separate video as well. You basically edit the you edit the hexadecimal code within the body computer to enable Apple CarPlay, but it doesn't work on all of them. Some it does, some it doesn't, but we will have to try that. I don't think they have two USB. My 500X, it had two USB sockets, one for the Apple CarPlay and one not. Now, I'm not sure if they've all got that little USB symbol on them or not, but on my 500X, the one that had that symbol was wired Apple CarPlay, and then there was another one without the symbol, whereas this may well be wired CarPlay or wireless. If it is wired, I'll get one of those gadgets that I demonstrated recently to make it wireless. Yeah, so price wise, let's go through the numbers with you, shall we? Let me just turn the stereo off. As I say, let's just quickly look at the settings. I can't remember how you get into the actual icons now. We'll do that another time when we come to do that, but as I say, we'll see if we can get Apple CarPlay to work. It'd be nice if it did. But yeah, let's go through the numbers. No aerial on the car, and it's not in the car either, which is unusual. Normally they take them off and you find them in the back of the car, unless it's under this seat. I don't think these seats come up in this car. We'll go around the other side and try properly with two hands, but I don't think it does, which is a nuisance. Right, yeah, facelift. I think with the facelifts they don't have that thing under the seat because, of course, you've got the proper, what do you call it? Parcel shelf thing. Got a glove box, isn't it? A bit old-fashioned calling it a glove box, but where you keep your gloves, yeah. So, price. When the auction was on, it was a few hundred quid. I can't remember exactly. I didn't film it because I didn't think I was going to get it. But it was a few hundred quid, and obviously I'm never going to get it for a few hundred quid. It was on reserve, and started bidding, and I thought to myself, right, if I can get it for £2,000, I'll be happy. Price went up. I think I was only bidding about one other person. If that was you, let me know, because you made me spend more money than I wanted to. And then it went to hit the £2,000, and I thought, let's go one more. Classic mistake. One more. Went one more, outbid. Then my signal went a bit funny, and I kept frantically hitting the button. It wasn't doing anything. And I don't think it actually went to bonus time, strangely. But I just managed to get it in time. And in the end, to cut a long story short, I got it for 2,400. Now, I wasn't aware at the time whether that would reach reserve or not. I was quite shocked that I actually won it. More than I wanted to pay, but still a good price. So the final price out the door, including the fees and what have you from Copart, was, I'll put the exact price on the screen now, but it was around the 2.8 mark, just over 2.8, I think it was, 2.850, something like that. And it cost me, I tried to use Adam, who I mentioned before, who I got through Shipley and said I was going to use him from now on. I sent him a message, didn't he? Oh, that's right. He was driving. He said, "Oh, 1900 hours tonight. He said, I'll let you know. He said, I'm driving at the moment. 1900 hours came and went, and I didn't hear from him. So I sent him a text the following morning saying, did you forget about me? And he replied and said, oh, sorry, the message didn't send. He said, £220. He said, but I can't do it until next Friday. This was this Tuesday. So not this Friday, next Friday. So, you know, all getting on for 2 weeks, really. And I said to him, sorry, that's no good. I'll have to go back to Shipley. I said I'll rack up with so much storage fees then. It's going to cost me too much. And he didn't come back to me. So I will message him again next time, but yeah, he didn't come back to me. So I was scrolling through my phone because I knew I had some other drivers in there that I'd used before, and I came across Chris, who has delivered a car to me before. Quite some time ago, well over a year ago, and I don't know which car it was. I haven't got a clue. So I sent him a message, and he said this was on Wednesday, and he said, yeah, I can do it for you on Friday, 275 quid. So it was more than it would have been from Adam, but then Adam is over that way, whereas I think Chris is in Essex. So, you know, it was getting it nice and quick, and I thought, yeah, that's fine, let's do that. So he's one of his partners, employees, I don't know what he is, whether a family member, I don't know, called Nick. He picked it up for me 8 o'clock on Friday morning, and he was here by, I don't know, 1ish, something like that. He had to go via North London and pick up something else. But yeah, off the trailer, down the drive, and I've done nothing with it since until today when I've doing this walk around. So yeah, so at the moment we've bought that front panel, £149, and we have bought nothing else yet. So it is going to cost us a few quid, this car, without a shred of a doubt. But if I get that bumper for 300 quid, then at least that's going to save me quite a lot of money, because it contains everything. Yeah, so I think that's, if I don't get the offer tomorrow, as long as someone doesn't buy it out from under me, I'll just pay the £300. That's including delivery as well. So yeah, we'll do that. But I'm going to get that front panel on sharpish. That'll be not today, but I will do it on the next video straight away. First thing I will do. Obviously, I've got to straighten the leg first, of course. Or the tip that's bent over slightly. That will literally take 5 minutes. So that is your walk around, I think. Don't think there's anything else to tell you. Done the price? Yeah. What do you think? Let me know. Project Tweety Pie. It's a shame about those 2 little dead birds, but you know, not much we can do about that. It happens. Okay, so that is it on the walk around on Project Tweety Pie. Let me know what you think of the car. Let me know about the value. What do you think I should sell this for? I've got £5.5 in mind. I know it's Cat S, technical Cat S really. Let me know. That's the figure I've got in my head, £5.5. So it's going to cost me quite a lot to do it, but there's still a good, very, very good profit in it. It's out of MOT, so it needs to be MOT'd anyway, but as a Cat S, it would be MOT'd anyway, but there's no reason that's not going to pass, is there? We'll check all the brakes and everything like that at some point, and give it the usual treatment. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think is a good price to sell it for. Do you agree £5.5 is a good price? I think they're going for around the 7 or 8 mark, to be honest. This sort of age, if not even a bit more, undamaged ones. So we've got to make a good job of it. It's got to be perfect, or as near as perfect as we can get it, to get top money. But let me know what you think, as I say. So until the next one, you'll see it on day 1 coming soon. Till then, as always, if you're not a subscriber, hit that button, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. So as always, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.